I'm not interested. I don't have any time. How do you respond when prospects put you on the spot? You might have been trained to respond like this. Of course you're not interested. I haven't told you why I'm calling. Or maybe you say something like this. I understand. I wouldn't want a stranger calling me either. But would it be okay if I stole 30 seconds to tell you why I'm calling so that you can decide if you'd like to continue the conversation? Statements like these destroy your credibility because prospects can smell your commission breath. I understand. I'm just calling. I is secretly saying that you're putting your agenda before your prospects. So let's try another approach based on Chris Voss's method. Chris Voss is a former FBI negotiator and author of Never Split the Difference. It's a 4-part framework that you can use for pretty much any objection. And it starts with changing your intent, detaching from the outcome, not assuming that the prospect needs what you're selling. It's possible that they just bought a car, or they're in the 3rd month of a 3-year lease. So detaching from the outcome has all sorts of positive benefits. It changes how you sound. You no longer will sound like an aggressive salesperson because your intent informs your actions. It'll just make you more calm. So have an abundance mindset. It's okay if they want to continue the conversation. It's also okay if they don't. When you hang on too tightly, you lose control. I think that's a 38 Special song. Okay, step number 2 is what's called mirroring. So prospect says, I just don't have any time right now. You might say, no time, with a slight uptone. So mirroring is just repeating back the last 2 or 3 important words that someone said. Now, I thought this was kind of corny when I first heard it, but what you'll find when you use mirroring is that people will just keep talking. And this gets back to making people feel heard. Everyone has a hunger to be heard. And when you make people feel heard, they're more open to continuing the conversation with you. It's so rare that people feel heard. They're expecting the salesperson to overcome the objection. Step number 3, try a label. After the prospect tells you why they're so busy, you might say something like this. Sounds like you got a lot on your plate right now. And then be quiet. Using what Chris Voss calls a late night DJ FM voice. I don't do it nearly as well as him. But again, this gets back to labeling the emotions that your prospects are probably thinking so that they feel heard. Notice we're on step 3 and we're not overcoming anything. We're just understanding. Step 4, you might want to try an accusation audit. Someone says, I'm not interested. You might say, sounds like I really butchered this pitch. Or you might say, you probably think I'm going to try to sell you something you don't want. And then be quiet and let that marinate. Give the prospect an opportunity to talk again. Finally, you want to go for no. Here's what that sounds like. You know, this is probably a terrible idea, but would it be ridiculous to see if there are opportunities beyond what you have now that can potentially help you reduce your taxes? And then be quiet. No feels more comfortable because when people say yes, they feel like they're committing to something that maybe they don't want to commit to. So flipping the question around into a no-orientated question makes prospects feel safe and comfortable opening up. Hopefully these tips help you. Have a great day. Bye.